I'm here on the Uniper booth with Pete. Coming to the show, I saw that Uniper has an IoT platform, and knowing your company and generator, asset owner, asset operator, I was going, you've got an IoT platform?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're an asset owner of 40 gigawatts in mainland Europe. We've got a very large engineering organisation that we believe, from our European experience, can support everyone around the world in the energy transition that we're facing.
Right.
So over the last 100 years, we've become Uniper, and during that time period, we have developed a number of products and tools ourselves. So for example, we did performance monitoring 40 years ago because the software, the products, etc. wasn't available for us.
So you built your own?
We built our own.
Via your historical companies?
25 years ago we started doing vibration monitoring. Because the tools, products weren't there available for us. 10 years ago we did advanced condition monitoring, which now everyone calls machine learning and anomaly detection. 10 years ago we wanted a product, we went to market, there wasn't the tool that we needed, so we built it ourselves. And 2 years ago we started doing maintenance optimization. And 2 years ago we became Uniper from our history. And in that process we realised, hang on, we've got some really good cool stuff here that can help other companies like ours in their energy transition, particularly with the impact of renewables on their conventional assets.
And that's where you started packaging stuff together.
Exactly. And this is where we've started to package things together. So we have products in the asset maintenance reliability space, it's advanced condition monitoring, maintenance scheduling. We have tools in the asset performance space, about improving startup, thermodynamic analysis. Then in the risk management space, as an asset owner and operator, we know how important it is to manage risk. This is what it's all around. And we've built a set of tools, processes over those last 100 years to manage our own assets. Then in the market optimization space, this is about putting your asset in the right market. With the increase of different market mechanisms, the liberalisation of different markets, the introduction of renewables, when and how you run your asset is different from what it was 10, 15 years ago. And then a final area, it's really around investment planning. So utilising software optimization to help you with your investment planning. And that's all underpinned by a core platform of tools and technologies.
Now, when we were chatting earlier, you explained that, and I hear from many of the energy companies and manufacturers there, we're dying in data. We have data coming from everything. What do I do with it? You guys package it into models. So how do you make this real?
So I'll give you an example. This is advanced condition monitoring, you see on the screen. And we take the existing data that a plant has. This could be, in some cases, for a coal unit, you might have 40,000 tags of information, 10 per unit, so this would be a 4 unit, 40,000 tags, 10,000 per unit. We then know from our experience what are the most important signals. So we take those signals and we then put them into models, and these are multi-dimensional models. And these models, importantly, are built on what is good operation. So there are not enough failures in our industry to use failures as a way to detect future failures.
That's a comment you made earlier that was surprising, right?
I mean, it's great that there's not lots of failures in our industry, but we don't want that.
Most industries work on predictive models based on, well, this failed, I know what to look for. But if it hasn't failed as much as you think, and you also mentioned that because I might be using the same generator, or I might be using the same, but it's in different environments. It's got different spare parts added to it over the years, so they're all different.
They are. And I mean, every industry and everybody thinks they're unique and different. Where the power industry is genuinely unique and different is that you can have a part by one OEM, but because it's an interconnected system of heat, power, gas exchange, then the other part might be a different OEM. So you end up having a completely different plant, and then even from the back of that, let's take for a gas plant. It might be an open cycle or a combined cycle, and that combined cycle might be a 3-to-2, a 2-to-1. It then might be in different ambient conditions in Russia, 40 degrees plus, minus 40 degrees in Siberia. So those ambient conditions and those different setups are critical in understanding what good operation is, because you can't use repeat failures as a basis of diagnosis.
And the other key thing that jumped out at me when I was chatting to you earlier was you're then taking your energy trading knowledge.
Yep.
So we hear today that it's all about flexibility, and I need to be able to bid in now and turn it. Years ago I turn on the plant and I turn it off in 50 years and everyone was happy. Now I'm turning it on and off based on market demand because the wind is blowing or it's not blowing. So my maintenance schedules and the maintenance models change because I'm turning it on and off much faster than I used to.
Yep.
But then the finance guys are giving me a hard time going, we need to make money now, so keep it running and I don't care about maintenance. How do you bring order to that chaos?
So the way we bring order to that is we use maintenance strategy planning.
Right.
So this takes into consideration some of the condition information, some performance information, some risk information from other models, and says, if I run my asset in this way, this is when I would need to have my outage. So moving away from a pure time-based model towards a condition or an equivalent operating hours model for each component.
Right.
It then allows us to alter when that maintenance, that planned outage is due to happen.
Would be scheduled.
Correct.
Yeah.
And this has given us massive savings for Uniper. I show you, for us, this is us, but we've done this for other clients, and we took 16% of our capex out over a 3-year time period through utilising the tools, consulting the knowledge that we have.
And by having a rational discussion on, well, if we postpone this or we don't do that or we run at this, management can make a decision that will I take that risk or will I not? But they can make a rational decision on do it, don't do it, but you've got a model.
Yeah. So we've got a model for it. Now it removes the emotion from the situation, and it allows then, through optimization, it will look at the scenarios, the running regime, the risk levels, and say, this is what we think is the best scenario. But it will give you a range of different options to then allow key decision makers to say, this is the plan, this is the final result that we're going for. So it's taking that data, that knowledge, that information, speeding up that process, giving the decision support to the people who need it so they can make that decision.
And the final point being that, so we make a decision, and whether it's everyone agrees or not, hey, that's what management are there for. Someone's made the decision. But should something go out of whack? So should there be an issue down the line, because you've got the continuous monitoring, you're going to get the alarm. And then you can deal with that. But you're tying the pieces together.
So this is the planning aspect, but the same principles apply to live running. So based on the feeds of the plan, its operating hours, its starts, etc., the condition of it, we can then say to the trading arm, saying, well, if you want me to run now in this way, I can do that, but I'm going to have to bring my maintenance forward, and we're going to miss the cold snap,
which could be when you could be making money.
So it's that combination of market information alongside the maintenance, alongside the risk position, to say this is your best opportunity to get bang for buck. And the more flexible markets become with renewables, the greater this problem becomes, and we've seen that in Europe and our own assets, and we're starting to see it around the world for clients we're supporting.
Hey, cool. And you guys are offering this to folks like yourselves?
And the rest of the world is our key partner in that, with Europe being viewed as ahead in that transition. So we're here to help those through that energy transition to really the carbon-free planet that we're all targeting.
Hey, I wish you well.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks very much.